Hello, and welcome to another episode of SlyPete Plays. Today I'm going to be playing a little bit of Team Fortress 2. As you can see, it's a relatively fast-paced first-person shooter. But first, I want to kick things off with an apology for the lack of content that I've been releasing. I do have a reason, but we'll get to that in a short while. I had planned on originally releasing a video the other day, a sort of SlyPete and Pals or something along those kind of lines. As you can guess, it was to involve me playing some games with a few friends and introducing them to the channel, as I may have mentioned before. I'd intended to play some Heroes of the Storm. For those of you who don't know, Heroes is a MOBA or multiplayer online battle arena created by Blizzard, in which you fight in teams of 5 as your favourite characters, from World of Warcraft, Diablo, Starcraft. But unfortunately, there was a spanner thrown in the works and I was unable to finish. So I did manage to get some recordings done and things, but during the recording process of one of the episodes, I caught my foot in the VGA cable connected to my monitor and pulled it out the back of my computer, well, monitor anyway. In my panic, I jumped up and tried to rectify this mistake and tripped myself up with the cable. This caused me to fall forward and knock over my monitor, which I did manage to catch, but unfortunately it knocked an almost full pint of water all over my desk. So yeah, this was pretty bad, and I frantically grabbed towels and things, mopped it all up, managed to save, everything, and so close. Sort out the disaster as it was occurring. However, there was a casualty. My mouse sadly bit the dust that day. It is no more kaput, out of commission, whatever you want to call it. But we won't be seeing any more of that. So I think it must have taken on the majority of the water's wrath. And this presents an obvious problem. I did have a spare, but apparently that one was crap too, and instead of struggling with a mouse that hated me and was constantly trying to disconnect itself, I decided to table it until I had solved that issue. So now I do have a lovely new shiny mouse, and have banned all liquids from ever sitting on my desk again. They shall not allow me to make that mistake twice. So I thought now, instead of spending all day editing, I'd quickly record a bit of Team Fortress 2 for you all and get things back on track, get the videos rolling again. This will give me a bit more time to work properly on the Heroes video, make sure it's of good quality, and well, they're quite long, so I'll have to cut some out to make it of a decent length. So yes, TF2. Now, I haven't played this game in quite some time, but it's a game that I've sunk a lot of time into, and a game I'm quite fond of. But one of the main reasons I've come back to it and wanted to play it today is because I have a very particular itch that desperately needs a good scratching, and that itch, of course, is Overwatch. Now, when you look at the two games, Overwatch is what I feel a kind of Blizzard answer to the whole TF2 type of game. They seem to have, I don't want to say similar game styles or gameplay, but it's got that kind of cartoony, fast, class-based type thing going on. I'm really looking forward to playing it and everything, so it was getting to me a bit, so I decided to bring up the Team Fortress and have a crack at this for the first time in ages. As you can see, I'm playing one of the newer maps, if you know. Playing a bit of Soldier at the moment, because apparently our team is full of scouts and snipers. See, since last I was on here, they seem to have made a couple changes to this map, so there's no like super long sniping corridors and things anymore. Just, well, speak for Dell, get this guy. Oh, it's got the huntsman, think you can get away? No. Splat, there you go, it hits the floor. Well, yeah, it's just a very basic sort of control point map. Points in the middle, there's a few different ways to get to that point. Can get on the roofs and things like that. Yeah, it's one of my favourite maps purely because of its aesthetic style. I think it's quite a good looking map, really. Just deal with this guy. Yep, okay. Oh, well, got a bit of bleed damage here. Oh, that's fine. Oh, got backstabbed, okay. But yeah, as you can see, it's quite Japanesey themed, and we've got the Sakura floating around and things like that. If you haven't seen anything of Overwatch and you're into your first-person shooters, then I highly recommend you give it a look and check it out. It's a team-based shooter with many classes, you know, as far as, you know, FPS are kind of concerned. Each one is unique and tailored towards different styles of play. I think it's 6v6, but I could be wrong, and I'm pretty sure there are currently 15 characters in the lineup, but again, I may not be correct. There will be more to come as well, as is with any Blizzard kind of thing. They'll just keep releasing stuff. A nice little feature, you know, like TF2, is you're not locked into any sort of character or class, if you will, for the entire game. You do have the option to change upon death, so you know that can heavily influence how gameplay goes. Being able to off-class and things like that is very useful. There are certain characters, obviously, that I'm interested in more than others. As a scout player in TF2, I'm quite interested in the quicker characters, more mobile people, like the Tracer. She looks quite good with the ability to sort of rewind time, teleporting type aesthetic. And there's also Hanzo. He looks quite interesting with his ability to scale walls and things like that. But I've heard apparently he plays similar to the Huntsman Sniper, just because he has a lot of drop-off on his bow and things like that. Another very interesting aspect of Overwatch that intrigues me is the whole idea of having like an ultimate move type thing. So it looks like we're going to win this here, unless they pull up something spectacular in the last seconds. No, there we go. But yeah, if you're wondering about the electric blueness on the gun, that's whenever you win. Essentially, you just get crits, and you pick off the last few people of the enemy team. They can run around and hide and stuff. It's kind of like a small game at the end of your match, which is a nice little feature. One thing I have seen, and I'm quite looking forward to, is the new Team Fortress game mode called Pastime. I believe it's a collaboration development between Bad Robot, Escalation Studios and Valve, which is nice because seeing as there's other companies involved, it'll probably be done better, and be a bit more strict with it or something. But yeah, from what I understand, it's a ball game inside of TF2. So you have like a ball, or a jack, I think it might be called, that spawns in the center of the map, and you have to pick it up, travel across the map with it, and throw it in the opposing team's goal. As you know, that's kind of the thing with a lot of ball games. And as with most ball games, it's a case of scoring more points than your opponent before the clock runs down and you're out of time. I'm not entirely sure, but I assume there's a kind of sudden death or type thing to resolve draws or something. it'd be very unlike Team Fortress to just end in a draw. The Jack, I believe, gives the carrier regen as well, and temporarily boosts your speed, as well as you can get briefing vulnerability from stealing it from the enemy. I think through interceptions or hitting the carrier with your melee weapon. I do think this involves things from like the Sandman and the other one, I can't remember exactly. When you have a ball that you hit, I'm sure that might do it. Flying guillotine and things like that, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so you can pass the ball around to team members and stuff like that. I don't know if you can attack while holding the Jack or not, but I'd assume not, you know, considering you do get the buffs and things. I think at the moment as well there's only one map that's been made, but you know, it's TF2, so it's a safe bet that more are going to be made in the future, and they'll probably add little bits and bobs into the game, mix it up with various different styles, etc. But yeah, it looks really fun. I'm glad there's a new game mode coming out. Maybe at some point there'll be some progress made with a proper matchmaking system as well, so you can get into games a bit easier. Also, it'd help out when it comes to like trying to be, well, looking into the more professional sort of team-based things of the game instead of just spawning in and you've got a million scouts and things running around. That can be quite frustrating, I guess, especially if you're trying to take it a little bit more serious than just a casual player might. Something I'd like to see as well is perhaps restriction on how many people can play a certain class or something. I think that would go leaps and bounds towards improving like in-game experience, because I know there's been multiple times when I've been trying to play a game and you've got a terrible team and someone makes the experience a lot less, unless you go, you know, you go full retard and you join them, so that can be amusing, but also at the same time I'd prefer if it wasn't, I'm just going to try to beat this guy to death. That's probably, no, it's not a good idea. As if the spy got me. But yeah, I feel personally that limiting that would benefit the game in terms of fairness and you know, just in general making sure that it was a bit more balanced. Well, we're probably going to win this one again. Just need to capture the point. I guess I could make it go on a little bit longer, but I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, that'll wrap up this game, and probably wrap up this video. I'll just run about, do some, kill this dude, just club him to death, hit him with a bat. Take that. Oh, and this spot. Come back. There we go. That's another one down. Don't think we'll get anyone else before. Nope. Respawn. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you have, and it helps a lot. I'm always open to your suggestions and feedback again, so please leave in the comments below. And last but not least, cheerio.